Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This video is going to be doing another versus matchup for The Walking Dead. This one, the Dixon brothers. We're going to do Daryl versus Merle. Who would win? Death battle. Alright, so as always, this one was a viewer-requested matchup. If you guys have more viewer-requested matchups for me, please write them down below in the comments, and if I find there's something I can do, I will do them. So this one will probably be getting close to maybe some of the last ones I'll be doing for The Walking Dead. I don't have too many other versus matchups in mind for what I can do, at least not at this present time. Maybe some comic book characters, but from The Walking Dead TV series at this point doesn't really make sense. Maybe next season when we start to see some new characters coming in and all that kind of stuff in season 4. So I felt like this was a good time to do this since Merle's death happened fairly recently. And as time goes by, we're going to forget more and more about it, and it won't really be relevant to the story anymore. So I think it's a good time to do it. So who was the tougher Dixon, so to speak? Now, granted, the two of them would never try to kill each other, probably, or, yeah, they probably wouldn't. But I tend to think that out of the two, Daryl is like the more caring one, and Merle is kind of the one that's more of, I don't want to say like a loose cannon, but he's kind of the one that is colder if he needs to be. Like the Michonne situation is a good example of. Like how he explains he's killed 22 guys, basically over the course of his zombie apocalypse survival time. I mean, 22 survivors, like not walkers, like 22 actual survivors. It's crazy. So, and Daryl hasn't killed nearly that many. I mean, how many have we seen him kill? I can't even think of hardly any. But I mean, maybe a few here and there, but not many survivors. Rick, actually, we've probably seen Rick kill more than him. So Merle has just racked up the kills there like crazy by the time Season 3 comes about. So let's say we place this near the end of Season 3. Let's say it goes down and the two of them have to face each other. And Merle decides that he's actually going to try to kill Daryl. And Daryl has to fight back. Well, so let's say feelings aside, family aside, which one's the better? Tougher Dixon, which one will win in a one-on-one matchup to the death? Well, let's start from long range. So long range, I would have to say that I think Merle takes the advantage in this one. Even though he's only got the one hand, he still seems to be, he is a marksman, and he, from what we've seen, seems to me like he has better accuracy from long range than Daryl. Also because Daryl doesn't use guns all that much. He's really accustomed to his, grown used to his crossbow and really used that a lot. And really good with it too as well, which will help him in medium range. So I'll give long distance range to Merle. I'll give medium range to Daryl. And then close range. I think Merle is bigger than Daryl. Michael Rooker's bigger than Norman Reedus physically. Strength-wise, I would think he'd probably be stronger, most likely. In terms of tougher, they're both tougher. But you always kind of have to think that the older brother kind of beats up on the younger brother. Don't they? I mean, most of the time. I mean, how often does the younger brother really mess up his older brother? It can happen, but I'll tell you, it's not too often. Now, with these, try to be unbiased. You know, I know Daryl is like so many people's favorite character, but at the same time, we have to be honest with ourselves. I tend to think that every time Merle and Daryl kind of scuffle or anything like that, that Merle pretty much gets the better of him. I would tend to think, and even with guns and things like that too. The crossbow, yeah, really handy for mid-range, and he could take Merle down with that, but Merle's just as accurate with any guns that he's given to, I would have to say. I mean, we've seen him. So I think I'm going to have to go with Merle on this one, even though, you know, I like Daryl as a character better than Merle, obviously. I mean, I think we all do, pretty much. But I really do think one-on-one, I think Merle would take him down. Now, the only thing about it is Merle is a little bit hot-headed, and in terms of survival, like who's a better survivor? Daryl's a better survivor. Yeah, I would say for sure. You know, he, obviously, he's outlived him in the show, but he is a way better survivor than Merle. Merle, even what he did in the show, even though it was, it did help the group out a lot to sacrifice himself like that. I mean, sooner or later, he was going to do something like that and get himself killed because he's just hot-headed. You know, he's kind of nuts. He's starting crap with people too much. Like, I know the governor tells him to bring people back when he finds them or whatever, like he did with Glenn and Maggie. Like that's part of their protocol of how they run things. But at the same time, him following all the time like that to a T, even when it comes to the group that his brother's with, not great for surviving. I mean, very dangerous because Glenn could have shot him, you know, or all kinds of things could have happened. So I think Daryl's a better survivor, but in terms of one-on-one and who would win, I think I'd have to go with Merle, and Merle actually I think is the tougher of the Dixon brothers. That being said, though, Daryl's a better survivor. So take it as you like. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the matchup. Do you agree with me that Merle is the tougher of the two brothers? Thumbs up if you agree. Thumbs down if you disagree. I'm sure there'll be lots of you because people love Daryl, so that's how it is. Anyway, for more versus matchups and suggestions, please write them below. Like I said, I'm running out of good ones, so please leave me some if you have any. I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace.